Welcome to a world where longships cut through stormy seas, warriors with hornless helmets strike terror across Europe, and daring explorers push into lands unknown. This was the Viking Age, a time of fearless raiders, bold traders, and pioneers who reshaped history. Join us on an incredible journey through the Vikings' raids, explorations, culture, and legacy that still echoes today. Discover the untold stories of these legendary seafarers and their impact on the world as we know it. Stay tuned for a voyage like no other. The Viking Age, which commenced around 793 CE with the notorious raid on Lindisfarne Monastery, was a pivotal period in Scandinavian history. The Norse society of that time, encompassing territories of modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, was molded by the harsh environments they inhabited. The unforgiving landscapes of Scandinavia pushed the Vikings towards seafaring, leading to remarkable farming innovations and territorial expansions. One of the most revolutionary developments during this era was the creation of Viking longships. These vessels were fast, light, and adept at navigating both oceans and rivers, giving the Vikings a significant advantage in their explorations and conquests. The first raids carried out by the Vikings shocked Christian Europe, painting them as savage pirates in the eyes of many. However, behind these brutal attacks were a multitude of skilled individuals, farmers, blacksmiths, shipbuilders, and expert navigators. These individuals worked together to ensure the success of the Viking expeditions and establish their dominance in the region. In essence, the Viking Age was not solely characterized by violence and plundering. It was a time of innovation, exploration, and a testament to the ingenuity of the Norse people. Behind the fearsome image of the Vikings, as ruthless raiders lay a society of resourceful individuals who thrived in the face of adversity and left a lasting impact on history. In the tumultuous era of the Vikings, raids were a way of life. Wealthy, undefended monasteries and towns were prime targets for these fierce warriors. Across England, Ireland, and France, the Vikings struck fear into the hearts of many. One of the most infamous events in Viking history was the invasion of the Great Heathen Army in 865 CE. This invasion of Anglo-Saxon kingdoms forever changed the course of English history, leaving a lasting impact on the land. The Siege of Paris in 845 CE, led by the legendary Ragnar Lothbrok, whether real or myth, left a significant mark on the history books. The Vikings were known for their brutal tactics and fierce determination in battle. Despite their reputation for destruction, many Viking warriors later became mercenaries, such as those who joined the renowned Varangian Guard in Byzantium. These warriors brought their skills and knowledge to new lands, leaving a lasting legacy in their wake. However, it wasn't all about pillaging and plundering. These raids also created opportunities for settlements and trade. The Vikings were skilled traders and navigators, using their raids as a means to establish new trade routes and connections. In the world of the Vikings, raids were more than just acts of brutality. They were a way of life, shaping the course of history and leaving a lasting impact on the lands they encountered. Beyond raiding, Vikings were also skilled explorers and settlers. In the east, they bravely sailed rivers into Russia, establishing trade routes to Byzantium. This not only brought wealth to the Viking communities, but also fostered cultural exchange between the Norse and the Byzantines. Turning towards the west, Vikings colonized remote lands like Iceland and Greenland, where they thrived in harsh conditions and developed successful settlements. Most notably, they even reached North America around 1000 CE, led by the legendary Leif Erikson in Vinland. This demonstrates the remarkable seafaring abilities and adventurous spirit of the Viking explorers. What sets Viking settlements apart is their unique blending with local cultures, creating a fascinating fusion of traditions and beliefs. This interaction left lasting legacies in the regions the Vikings settled, shaping the future of those lands in profound ways. It is essential to recognize that Viking explorers were more than just fearsome warriors. They were also skilled traders, savvy farmers, and adept builders of towns. Their diverse talents and adaptability allowed them to establish thriving communities in far-off lands, leaving a lasting impact on the history and culture of those regions. In conclusion, the Vikings' exploration and settlement ventures were not simply about conquest and plunder. They were about building connections, fostering trade, and creating lasting legacies that continue to influence our world today. The Viking explorers paved the way for cultural exchange and cross-cultural collaboration, showcasing the importance of embracing diversity and learning from one another. In the realm of Norse mythology, gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya held immense power and influence over the Viking worldview. These deities shaped the beliefs and values of the Viking people, instilling in them a sense of courage, honor, and loyalty. The concept of Valhalla, the Great Hall, where fallen warriors were welcomed after death, played a crucial role in shaping the fearless nature of the Vikings. The belief in a heroic death and the promise of a glorious afterlife in Valhalla motivated Viking warriors to face battle with unmatched valor and bravery. Beyond their spiritual beliefs, Viking society was highly structured, with distinct classes such as jarls, nobles, carls, freemen, and thralls, slaves. Despite this hierarchy, women in Viking society enjoyed relatively more rights compared to other cultures of the time. They could own property, initiate divorces, and even manage farms, showcasing a level of autonomy and agency that was uncommon in many other societies. The richness of Viking culture extended far beyond their reputation as fierce raiders. Art, runestones, and sagas served as powerful mediums through which the Vikings expressed their beliefs, traditions, and values. These artistic creations provide a window into a society that valued creativity, storytelling, and a deep connection to their ancestral heritage. Furthermore, the Vikings were not just warriors, they were also innovators who spread their knowledge and skills through trade, exploration, and cultural exchange. Their advancements in shipbuilding revolutionized maritime travel, allowing them to navigate vast oceans and establish extensive trade networks. The Vikings' trading systems and storytelling traditions also left a lasting impact on the cultures they encountered, fostering a legacy of cultural exchange and innovation. In essence, the Vikings were a complex and multifaceted society whose beliefs, traditions, and innovations continue to shape our understanding of history and culture. Far from being mere raiders, the Vikings were a dynamic and diverse people who left a lasting legacy that extends far beyond their fearsome reputation. As the 11th century dawned, the era of Viking raids began to wane. Stronger European kingdoms and the spread of Christianity played a significant role in the decline of these fierce seafaring warriors. Kings like Harald Hardrada led the final great Viking attempts at conquest, famously clashing at the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066. However, the legacy of the Vikings endured long after their raids subsided. Their impact on European history was profound, shaping the very language we speak today. Many Norse words remain in the English language, a testament to the Vikings' influence on the culture of the lands they once plundered. Not only did the Vikings leave their mark on language, but they also played a crucial role in the founding of cities such as Dublin and influenced European trade routes. Their exploration and trade networks helped connect distant lands, paving the way for the interconnected world we live in today. The Vikings' adventures and conquests inspired countless legends and sagas, captivating imaginations for generations to come. Their stories of heroism and exploration continue to be celebrated in literature and popular culture, immortalizing their fierce reputation and fearless spirit. From raiders to explorers, the Vikings transitioned from being feared invaders to influential players in medieval Europe and global history. While their raids may have declined, their impact on language, trade, and culture remains a lasting testament to the enduring legacy of these mighty warriors. The Viking Age may have ended nearly 1,000 years ago, but its spirit of adventure, resilience, and discovery still inspires us today. From their feared raids to their bold voyages across uncharted seas, the Vikings left behind more than ruins. They left a legacy. What do you think was the most remarkable part of Viking history? Let me know in the comments below.